Transformational leadership model, Moses' exodus from Egypt. Moses was alone at Mount Sinai and encountered the burning bush. God's vision was clear: Moses would lead the Israelites out of slavery and into freedom. Moses mustered up his courage, stood before the Israelites, and inspired them to trust in God's plan, to break free from their fear of Pharaoh, and to pursue freedom. True leaders empower others. Moses gave responsibility to Aaron and Joshua to help lead the Israelites in the wilderness. In a divine moment, Moses parted the Red Sea and created a path to freedom. Through visionary leadership, motivation, empowerment, and transformation, Moses led his people to freedom and became a model of transformational leadership. Moses faced strong rejection from Pharaoh, skepticism from the Israelites, and a difficult journey through the desert. With faith in God, he was able to lead his people to the promised land. Transactional leadership model, Noah builds the ark. God spoke to Noah and warned him that the great flood was coming. He provided Noah with detailed specifications for building the ark, requiring it to be built with gopher wood, 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, 30 cubits high, and coated inside and outside with asphalt. Noah and his family began to build the ark, strictly following God's measurements and instructions. Although the construction process was difficult, Noah did not slack off. He insisted on completing the ark despite the doubts and ridicule of others, demonstrating his obedience to God's commands. When the ark was finished, God commanded Noah to bring in one pair of each animal, and Noah followed his instructions and gathered all the creatures. He made sure each animal was prepared for the flood and provided them with space and food. The animals miraculously gathered in pairs from all directions. Noah led the animals into the ark in an orderly manner, and his obedience ensured that these creatures would survive the flood. Noah and his family entered the ark and closed the door. The earth was about to be flooded, but they were prepared for the disaster in the ark and trusted in God. The flood lasted for 40 days and nights. The water level continued to rise. The ark floated on the turbulent water. Noah ensured the order in the ark and the safety of the animals. God's protection kept them away from disaster. After many days, the water level began to recede, and the ark came to rest on Mount Ararat. Noah and his family saw the peak of the mountain emerging from the water, and they knew that the disaster was about to end, and their hearts were filled with hope. God made a covenant with Noah, promising never to let a flood destroy the world again. A rainbow appeared in the sky, symbolizing this covenant. Noah's obedience saved life on earth. His actions demonstrate the grace that comes from faithfully following God's instructions and serve as an example of transactional leadership, where those who obey will be rewarded. Situational leadership model 1 guidance type, King Solomon's judgment of true and false mothers. Two women stood before King Solomon, fighting over a child, each claiming that the child was theirs. King Solomon sat majestically on his throne, listening with a determined look on his face. Suddenly, Solomon raised his hand to silence the two women, his expression calm and confident. He ordered, "Bring a sword." The guards approached Solomon with great swords, and Solomon ordered, "Cut the child in half, one half for each of you." The real mother cried out, "Please, don't kill him. Give her the child." Another mother seemed indifferent. Solomon realized the truth and announced, "Shout the child not to kill him, she is his real mother." This decision reflects King Solomon's authority and decisiveness. He resolved the dispute with simple and direct instructions. When individuals or teams do not have the wisdom or ability to make decisions on their own, they need a directive leader to tell them clearly what to do. Situational leadership model 2 coaching, King Solomon builds the temple. King Solomon Solomon wanted to build a temple for God. The materials and design were very complicated, and King Solomon would first carefully explain how to proceed. King Solomon would also listen to everyone's questions and make sure everyone's needs were met and resources were supplied in a timely manner. For critical and difficult tasks like aligning the stones, King Solomon would personally teach how to align the stones correctly and provide technical guidance. King Solomon often encouraged them, saying to them, "Your efforts will be remembered from generation to generation, and the Lord will bless the work of your hands." When everyone was tired, King Solomon always used his vision to inspire everyone. "This temple will be a testimony of our unity and faith." A coaching leadership style provides both direction and support, ensuring that the team not only understands what needs to be done, but also feels the motivation and power to achieve it. Situational Leadership Model 3 Participatory. Solomon meets the Queen of Sheba. King Solomon stood at the entrance of the palace and warmly welcomed the visiting Queen of Sheba. King Solomon did not just show his wisdom unilaterally. When discussing how the two countries could further cooperate, he made the Queen of Sheba part of the decision-making process by asking questions and inviting her to express her opinions, enhancing her sense of autonomy and responsibility. King Solomon introduced advisors to the Queen of Sheba and asked them to explain their respective affairs, enhancing the team's confidence and capabilities through empowerment and trust. The participative leadership style is best used in situations where followers have the skills to complete a task but may lack confidence or commitment. This style focuses on building relationships, promoting cooperation, and providing motivation and support. King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba exchanged gifts in front of the palace and prepared to say goodbye. This meeting further consolidated the friendship and trust between the two countries. Situational Leadership Model 4 Empowerment. King Solomon governs Israel. After receiving wisdom from God, Solomon realized that Israel needed capable leaders to rule over it, so he appointed 12 governors to govern different parts of Israel and gave them authority over resources. Solomon ensured the smooth running of the royal household's day-to-day operations by delegating the management of daily supplies. Each governor was responsible for providing food supplies for the royal household for 1 month each year, allowing Solomon to focus on important matters. Solomon appointed leaders to oversee the workers who were building the temple, entrusting them with ensuring the quality and efficiency of the work. He also delegated authority over trade and the economy, sending sailors and merchants to acquire wealth from other nations. Under Solomon's leadership and decentralization, Israel prospered and silver became as plentiful as stone, showing the fruits of successful governance. Empowering leadership is most effective when team members are capable, experienced, and motivated to work independently.